All right. I think we're set up now. I don't know what got into that cat. That was weird. Anyway, welcome. It's the weekly stitch with me, and this might be the biggest week of stitching I have done this entire year. I am super happy about it, and I am excited to tell you guys all about it. And I got a lot of cool things coming up. As far as stitching is concerned, I ordered some more fabric for multiple projects, some of which you guys will see and some are going to stay private because they might go to people who watch this channel. So I'm like, shh. And so, but anyway, that's good. We had a blizzard. We were off all day yesterday, got a lot of stitching done, but I want to show you guys what I've gotten done so far. I went to Hobby Lobby today on the way home, and I got some more needles and I got some more some floss. Got about 8 different skeins of floss that I could not track down. I've reached a point with a couple projects where I'm starting to use colors that I've never used before. So this is good. This is good. This is progress. So I'm going to show you one of the ones that I really needed colors for was Apothecary Shop. I'm going to show you Apothecary Shop here. Just a sec. I just got to pull through this needle that I somehow kept as part of this. And but I've reached a point with Apothecary Shop. I'm just going to take it out of the hoop where I needed to get some more floss. Because it's frustrating me just how hard it is right now to finish this page. So let me show you where I'm at. Right there. Whoops, hello. Right there. So y'all can see it. Wow, you can see that little bit of that, what's supposed to be that building across the street. Ish. Like a window, top of the building, so to speak. Maybe. But the page is coming along. You can clearly see, though, where I'm missing stitches. And those were all for colors that I just did not have. So I'm hoping that I can finish this up this week. I absolutely should. I think I might just make this my priority today to get this done and finish this page and move down to the next one. That would be fantastic. All right. So, and I think that it's going to be similar if you look at right here. So I'm doing that there, sort of, and then I've got even more. I got so much. I got so much. All right. That was obvious. That was so obvious. All right. Randy Waterloo Place. 99.9% finished the page. And decided to move on to the next page so that I could just kind of keep stitching. I had a couple of colors that I needed to track down. I'm like, I'm just going to keep stitching with this color on the next page. So I tracked it down. There is the page. Look how cool that looks. That is so cool. And then I came down here and started working a little bit further. Now you can see I have blue lines and I have red lines. Well, I'm a dope. Basically the blue lines are the incorrect grid markings and the red ones are the correct ones. So I did not want to wash this and regrid it. I'm like, nope, I'm just gonna do it from here and we'll be good. And then this is the final page on this row. Here, let's show you the whole thing. Is that pretty much? I gotta move back further to show you guys the whole thing. But, so yeah, so check that out. I got that page done. Pretty happy about that. Feel pretty good. Alrighty, let's move on to Reaper. So, made a lot more progress. You know that whole section that I was working on? Finished it. Didn't finish, the page isn't finished, but that section was finished. So then now I'm able to move down. Now this is the actual end of the page. But I definitely wanted to get, just finish everything up here to make it look the best. So I make sure that as I move down that I just keep making progress. And so as you guys can see, we're doing pretty good. It's awesome. Doing pretty good. Alrighty. What else we got here? Oh, we got It Is Well. And it is well because I was able to get some more golden, no. Special thread. I can't remember. Gentle Arts thread. I was able to get some of that, so I was able to make some progress. So I came over here, finished all of, well, I think I already finished all this if I hadn't shown that to you. And then I came down here and I'm stitching down here. And so, did I make a mistake there? Oh yeah, so I realized I had made mistakes, so I'm gonna have to cut everything out that I did. Let me show you what I did. I'm gonna have to frog it. So I made these basically bigger than those, as you can see across there. Does it line up on the bottom? It lines up on the bottom, but it's too big on the top. Story of my life. But anyway, so yeah, so I just got to redo that. That won't take very long. That's not a big deal. But I got in one of the bigger pieces of, or some more that I need basically with this. So I'm going to just go nuts with stitching more and more and more of this. So, end of the year finish, probably not. Just knowing me, probably not. But hopefully January finish on that one. What else we got here? I mean, I stitched on a ton. Oh yeah, let me show you. Well, let me show you Chicago Bears. So I've just almost finished up this whole section up here. Just a little bit more to go. A few different colors that I didn't have right on hand, and then but I'm gonna start filling in more of coming down here. But it's almost there, dudes. The top part, then we can move on. Finally, make some good progress with that. And then I made some progress with Dachshund. My biggest thing with Dachshund was that I didn't want to, I needed to track down the pattern again, but I needed to get some of this stitch. Let me just show you. So if you recall, yeah, this is how it goes. So basically we've got all this to stitch, and then this is where like the head starts over here. And I just wanted to basically start stitching some of the color. I did the same thing, I know, when I did the last, the first time I did this, and so I wanted to make sure that I started getting the color in. So just so I knew as I went across with the purple that I wasn't getting, going crazy and putting too much in. So I think I'm gonna do some of this at the same time, just like last time. But I've got it all gridded out right now, and I am ready to rock and roll. I think I'm just going to shift my hoop further over so that I can actually start to get to work on the actual Dachshund again, so that we can start filling in, going back, filling in this stuff. But I have a much better organization system this time. I'm using 14 count, which makes me go a lot faster. I'm gonna be good, guys. I'm gonna be good. We're gonna make some progress, some good progress. All right, what else do we have here? What do we got? Oh, baseball. Didn't do baseball. Let's see here. I've got 2 more. All right. So I always do Old World Map 2 last, but I'm going to do that one next and do a different one last. I think this is it here. So Old World Map 2, check it out. Almost done with the page. I just got to fill it in. So I'm hoping this week I can do that. This was another one of those that I needed to get some more floss for, because I was running out of a few colors. And so got all that done. So yeah, we're almost ready to move on to the next page. Yay! That's so awesome. I stitched on this most of the day yesterday and got a ton done. Actually, I shouldn't say most, about half the day. The first half of the day, I was working on Honeybee Portrait. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to be going, finally, when I tell you, but I finally figured out how to work Pattern Keeper. It's really not that hard. There's a couple tutorials out there that were fantastic, really easy to use. For those of you who don't know, Pattern Keeper is an Android-based app that allows you to basically upload your patterns, and it helps you to keep better track of what you have stitched and what you have yet to stitch. It allows you to highlight a color and have everything pop up with the same color, so you can see like how much you have to stitch. And anyway, if you guys know what I'm talking about, you know how it's amazing. It's totally amazing. And I was so in love with this thing yesterday. It's funny because I use it on my phone. I don't really use it on anything else. My phone's always with me, and space is usually at a bit of a premium with everything I have. So I was using it on my phone, and my husband Mark was like, I said something about, okay, I've gotten a lot done today, and he's like, you've been on your phone for the last hour. And I'm like, well, yeah, I've been on my phone doing the Pattern Keeper. And he's like, you're what? And I had to show him, what I was doing, because I have input because they do allow, they do jive with Heaven and Earth Designs, so you can upload these. You can't use everything, and oh man, I can't wait until they get cross-stitch collectibles on there. I haven't looked to see if by any chance I could just upload it. Oh wait, do I have? Yeah, I do have the PDFs of them. If I could just upload it, maybe they would kind of work. I don't know, but they have them for Heaven and Earth Designs, so this baby is going to see a lot of attention because I love this app, and it does cost. There is a free version of it, which gets you just the kind of like the basics to kind of see, but honestly, I think it's like $7.99 or $6.99 or something like that, but it is, if you're thinking about getting it, maybe get it for something. You can buy it for somebody for a present or something. It is so awesome. So I'm trying to remember how far along I was. I can't remember. I've stitched so much on this project this week. I didn't start using Pattern Keeper until after we did this pattern with the Stitch With Me on Sunday. And then I stitched more on Sunday. And then that was that day that I actually started like using Pattern Keeper. I was starting to put it in a little bit and figuring it out. And then Monday night, I think I stitched more on it. And then Tuesday morning, I stitched even more on it. I had to be like, I got to stop stitching on this because I need to work on some other things. But I was enjoying myself so much. It's ridiculous. It's awesome. So let me show you how far I got just this week with this pattern. So check it out. I think where I was I had gotten over about 2/3 of this second row here. So I literally did, like, I filled most of this in, and then everything on this row is what I've done since the Stitch With Me. So you can see just how far along I've gotten. And it's crazy. This is the full width of the page, and then the bottom of the page, I think it comes down to like about here or so. But it's so much faster and easier, and I don't have to mess with the paper. You guys were right. Pattern Keeper is awesome. So literally kind of like right up in that area. And this was another thing I had to get some floss for. So I got all this floss, and I'm going to really go crazy. And then like I said, I ordered fabric for the Mini Cat, the new one I got from Artisy, and a few other things. And so I got to change up some patterns up here on the wall. I got to move this back some. I got to not be quite so... And I got to redo this whole thing. I got to redo the whole thing. We got to do a 2020 makeover of the stitchy wall downstairs. Let's just go crazy. I bought some new needles. I think I told you guys that already. But I am ready and I am set. I tell you what, I feel like stitching so much now. It is such a better... I've been thinking back to like how I felt like this time last year. And the whole last year has just been very stressful with just basically work stuff. And it's been a very long year. Things are finally turning to the direction they need to turn after a very long year of work. And I'm much more relaxed now. I'm really happy about things. And you can tell because I'm stitching like a maniac. So I'm going to try... I don't think I can upload my Reaper because there's been so many versions of Reaper, and my version that I got sent was a paper Reaper. Oh, it's a paper Reaper. But I'm going to try my cross-stitch collectibles and just see what they look like. But yeah, I can, as far as Pattern Keeper is concerned, I can do this one. Gecko Rouge, they don't have this yet. Now I could do this one. I could start this one at some point. No. Yes, but I don't have the PDF. Maybe. No. Golden Kite, not yet. Could you imagine how much faster I could be if my Golden Kite pattern actually worked? Be amazing. Boba, I'm gonna flick you in the head. Boba's not a true Mandalorian, by the way, in case any of you guys are watching The Mandalorian. He's not supposed to actually be a true Mandalorian. I haven't done that one yet. And Ronnie Rowe's not on there either. So, man, I just need to fix up this wall and do a much better job. What else going on? Oh, yeah, so I want to talk about a little bit my favorite little elf reached out to me this morning and let us know. If you guys watch FlossTube, you may be aware of there's an impending, well, there's a storm brewing. Let's just say that. And it seems like YouTube can't go more than about 8 months without having some kind of major issue where they put video creators' livelihood at risk. And that's why it's always like, if you use YouTube as your career, it's risky. It's risky because they change things all the time and sometimes without warning, and you sometimes can get in trouble for things that you didn't do, and it can affect you dramatically. Specifically, what I'm talking about is this new Coppa regulation law, whatever is in effect, and it's basically a way. It's designed, or it was intended to be something that would protect children online, and so that people could not prey upon children, take advantage of children, and specifically like with advertisers and things like that. So anyway, so and I made that face just because I was thinking back to, like, when I was a kid, and no, we didn't have online stuff, but we had TV, and TV was constantly bombarding us with ads and whatnot. And I think that they're just trying to, I don't know what they're trying to do, to be perfectly honest with you. I know theoretically they're trying to protect children, but it's just weird. So anyway, what's going on is, in the last, maybe like about a week ago, 7-10 days ago, whenever you made an upload to YouTube, they would ask you straight up, is this a video intended for children? And I said no. I've been saying no. Like, this kind of cross stitch is not intended for children. If a child wants to do this and can do it, great. But this is not. Sorry, I just got a text on here about sending a dog to Buenos Aires. Literally, I get that kind of text all the time. And so, anyway, my brain now. Sorry, I'm thinking, that just worked. Now my train of thought is gone. No, I don't intend this I know who my audience is, and my audience is not kids. Barely anybody below the age of 15 ever watches these videos. They're not intended for children. My audience is definitely not children. But if the powers that be think that because you do arts and crafts, that your arts and crafts video is, all arts and crafts videos can be watched by children, and therefore must have some kind of a warning label on it that YouTube will put on it saying, children friendly or whatever it is. And if you don't tell them that your video is intended for kids, and they think that your video is intended for kids, they can now fine you. Was it like something like $40,000 a video or something ridiculous? It's crazy. And there's a lot of really scary people out there, and there's a lot of people that may just end up disappearing from YouTube completely and have to do something else, or just go off the platform and go someplace else. This is going to be a major change. I think that there needed to be a bit more communication about this when they were talking about it, but like, all your toy channels are going to go away. If you have a kid, if you're a kid making a video, so you may say, okay, so just say your video is okay for kids. Well, from my understanding, what could happen is that if you say, yes, my video is intended for children, there'll be much more restricted advertising on your channel. And if you rely on your channel for income, like if you're relying on it to actually like be a job, then your income is dramatically going to go down. And there's just not a lot of answers right now. My videos are not intended for kids. I don't plan on saying that they're intended for kids. I don't know. I hope reasonable heads, there's obvious things and there's non-obvious things. And maybe YouTube is too big. Maybe YouTube can't effectively manage everything because they're too big and there's too much content on this whole platform. Who knows? There will be a continued evolution of how we communicate back and forth, and how people who want to have a channel, where they have that channel. You know, I would like to one day, when I am not working as much, I would love to have more interaction with you guys. It's hard right now because I have such little snatches of time. I need to be better about my comments. But, you know, more live interaction, actual live interaction. So I've thought about like using Twitch. Twitch is a platform that is really very popular and very accessible, and I think wouldn't be very difficult to put on. There's not a lot of cross stitch on there. There is a whole section. I mean, when you think, if you know Twitch is where most of Twitch is just basically video games, and that's true. But there's also a whole section where there are people who do crafts, make things. So when you go on there, it's not like it's a bunch of people knitting and doing cross stitch and sewing and things like that. It's a lot of people who are making models. Sometimes they're making 3D models on their computer. Sometimes they're handcrafting clay models, or they're putting together plastic models. They may be doing woodworking. There may be some soldering. There may be some like cosplay type things going on. There's just a lot of different content that's on there. And even though there's just so many channels on Twitch, there's so many channels on YouTube, and an audience will find you if you stay persistent with it. And it may be that you might see more people from YouTube decide to go over to Twitch and make that their broadcasting thing. I think this will definitely be very negative on YouTube. They've got to come up with a better solution than just what they've come up with. So anyway, you may hear some more FlossTubers talking about it. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So I think any reasonable person, I think we should expect if we don't think our channel is for kids and YouTube thinks it's for kids, there should at least be a warning. And so I'm not going to freak out about it just yet, but it does make you think, and YouTube may not be a very great place to go long term. I'm gonna be doing something forever, totally, because I got forever to stitch, and it's gonna take me forever to stitch all this, and I won't be someplace where you won't be able to find me. Definitely, you know, if I continue on, and I will, I don't plan on not being on YouTube. It's just, you never know what could happen with YouTube. I mean, you just literally never know. And people. Anyway, I'm going to post on my blog the patterns that I got last week, so you guys can check them out and see. And I will be starting one of them very soon. I want to stitch. Most of what I got is I want to stitch for work, and it's going to take me forever, of course. But I'm going to put that on the blog, and yeah, I think that's pretty good. I'm hungry. Merc, were you hungry? Is that what you were trying to tell me? Wherever you went to? Mr. Jump on a table and scare me half to death. Oh yeah, we got snow. And we got I think we got a foot of snow. It was the biggest snowstorm we've had in a long time. It came in overnight, Monday night. Woke up and a lot of snow on the ground, blowing snow. I didn't even attempt to go into work. I was like, oh yeah, I'll go into work. But I canceled everything except for maybe 2 appointments. And I didn't feel like it was reasonable to try to even just get in. And today, it stopped snowing last night at about 4 o'clock, and the roads were still a complete mess this morning. Everything was really icy, and it was kind of surprising. It's a lot better now, and tomorrow will be even better, but it's kind of nuts. But anyway, yeah, I think I'm hungry. I think I need to eat. So happy stitching, happy Thanksgiving, happy whatever you're doing, and thanks for hanging out with me. And yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just I'm scatterbrained because I get text messages while I'm doing the video, and I'm doing this with my phone. I still have not yet done a video on how I make FlossTube videos, because seriously, if you guys can see me right now, I'm in my pajamas, and got the birds over here, got the cat down below. It's kind of a mess. And so, but Anyway, there's so many things I gotta do. I got a 4-day weekend. I got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. And so I'm hoping I can get some stuff done. Try not to make any plans, really. The husband, Mark, is going to be doing a seafood thing tomorrow. A seafood-themed Thanksgiving. There may be crab, and there may be a little lobster. Yeah. I think it's going to be awesome. We love seafood. So we got the snow. Got the tree up. Put our Christmas tree up. We put our Christmas tree up in our bedroom. That is our favorite place. Stays away from the dogs. Cat doesn't care about a tree at all, which is fantastic. And we put it up in like half an hour, I think, yesterday. We decided since we were both home that we just would go ahead and do it. And this was actually the first year we put it up together, which I'm like, yeah, I guess I was kind of grumpy. That's what made me start thinking about how I was a year ago and how things have transpired this year, because I was stressed out even a year ago. And I remembered I was just like not even wanting to celebrate Christmas that much, and I didn't want to put the tree up, and then he put the tree up by himself. And this year, wanted to make sure that we did it together and have a really good time doing it, and we did. And it looks great, and it looks fantastic at night when it's turned on, the lights are off in the bedroom, and it's just the Christmas tree. So it's pretty awesome. Yeah. All right. I think we're good. I need to go stitch or do something. I need to eat. I'm going to start my 4 days off now. I hope you guys have a great holiday or great week, great weekend. And we're going to pick one of these projects for Stitch With Me. And I don't know, maybe it'll be Rainy Waterloo. I don't know. I got so much to stitch. I'll see you guys later.